All right, hi guys. Welcome back to Crystal Unfiltered Tarot. Let me just write on here. Oh shit. Actually, hold on. Ah. Why is this not working? Special $16 question for tonight. Zelle and Venmo. Okay, perfect. So let me do this one. There we go. Okay, that looks good. All right. Just gonna wait for people to come in so that we can start questions. But like it says, it's normally $20 to $30 per question, so it's $16 on sale for tonight. And then there is Zelle and Venmo. If anybody does not have those and needs Cash App or PayPal, I also have those. Oh, it's okay. Don't be sorry. Do not be sorry. I had to. I put $16 special per question, and then I was like, oh shoot, I forgot. I need to put the Zelle and the Venmo. So it up until this point, it was like I don't know why it's like if I'm logged on and my phone is next to my computer, oh my god, it was like this high pitch noise, but I got it figured out. So that's the special tonight. That's the questions. Obviously, if you want to go over, um, on any of your questions, I'll probably do a special as well. Instead of $10, I'll probably do a lower amount, just so you're aware. I don't know what amount that is yet. Probably 7. Okay. And let me text you real quick. We need other people to come in. I've been like sitting here saging and praying. We need more people. I need more people. I have tonight, tomorrow, and one more, and Sunday. That's it. All right, let me text you real quick. Okay. Perfect. All right, so let me call in Spirit, Jeremiah, and Samantha. Please come into these YouTube question and answers. I'm going to do this special probably all weekend. So I don't know if your mom or your brother or your friends have questions. I will probably be doing this all weekend. All right. So if there's some you want to do later, that's fine. Okay. Do you want to start with your regular first question? Okay, perfect. All right, so these are going to be like the $20 questions. So there are going to be 10 minutes still, just at a discounted amount. Let me take a sip of my drink. So then, Marissa, you just have to work tomorrow, and then you finally will have a day off. That'll be nice. 4 12s in a row. Oh my God. Okay, so Jeremiah and Samantha, please come in. Marissa is going to do her questions. Her first question, let's bring Greg in. So, Greg, please come in. You have setting up and work all week. Oh no. You got to relax on Sunday. That's hard because then you don't have much time to get shit done. 4 at your first job, 2 days at your second job. Damn. You're a butler. You're a baller. You're a good worker. I would never want to lose you if you were. Yeah, you have your shit together. That's what I kind of meant. Hi, Shell. Thanks for popping on, Shell. I'm going to start. Okay, Greg, please come forward. Marissa's first question for you is uh, has she been on your mind? What are your feelings, thoughts, emotions, and energy towards Marissa? So let's start the clock. All right. Right? Love you, Shell. What time do you get off tomorrow, Shell? It's going to be a long day. Okay. Go on with your reading. Just wanted to say hi and give love to you. 1 p.m. Okay. I'll see you right after that. Have a good night. Thank you for coming in. All right. I'm going to start pulling cards and energy. So when you think about Marissa, what comes to mind for you? Okay, so I like this energy right here. So it starts with the Judgment card. Perfect. Sounds good. So the Judgment is like making a final decision. The Nine of Wands comes up next. So what I'm hearing is that he's made a decision that, like, yeah, okay, so he's like, you know how you can like swat at flies, right? He's like, I'm trying to tell myself like that I don't need to reach out to her, that like she's an ex-girlfriend and like I'm moving in one direction. We don't even live in the same area, but he keeps being gravitated towards you and he keeps saying like I can't get her out of my mind, you know? Like he's so the Nine of Wands is about like being a little nervous, wanting to protect himself, wanting to like not get told. Basically, I'm hearing like doesn't want to get rejected. If and not if, but when he reaches out to you, okay, he's hoping that he can come in like the Knight of Cups and be like somebody from your past that things didn't necessarily work out, but that doesn't mean that you can't encounter for a second time. You know what I mean? He's saying all of this, so he's like, you hear about this a lot, like people on Facebook, um, somebody that they dated in high school or dated 2 years ago or 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and then they reconnect. You know what I mean? Like it happens all the time. So it's that part of his rationality is making him like okay, I can do this. Does that make sense? Because it's not out of the norm. It's not out of the norm. So I love this. So we're still on time. We're still in the right timing. He is going to reach out. He does feel that he has been waiting a little bit too long. He's almost to the point where he's like, oh no, have I waited too long and maybe struck out? Like, am I going to strike out with the 10 of Swords? Is she, during this time that I didn't go with my gut, which was to reach out to her, and I'm finally going to get over like my nervous energy and I've come to a decision. Um, I want to reach out to her because basically he does feel like there's gonna be room for a second chance on his side. And he's just got to kind of face you to see if because he's bringing up the text. He's like, she either texted me that because she still thinks about me. I just want to see that profile picture to change. I'll be itching for that text message. Yes, that's right. So I forget where I was at. Yeah, this is what. Oh shoot, I just lost where I was at. He I think I was just saying that he's nervous to approach you again. Oh, I know what I was saying. So when you texted him, he didn't know if that was just like, ouch, that kind of hurt to see that, to find out that you got engaged, right? But he's kind of in his mind contemplating, did she reach out because, like, either way, if she's in a relationship, dating somebody, or single, would she have sent me that text no matter what? That's his question in his mind. He's not gonna ask you that, but yeah, see, here's the moon. So the moon is like trying to figure out what like, was there more to that than just saying congratulations, but I always thought it was me. He's wondering, like, does she still have feelings for me after we texted for that 5 days that week? Has she still been thinking about me too? So it really feels like, uh, yeah, he's trying to lose the nervousness to reach out, and he's trying to gain some confidence with the King of Wands. Um, he's a little nervous about communicating with you. The Queen of Wands, if you look at it like this, they're facing each other. So if he comes to you, you have a sword, he has a wand. The sword is different. The sword is like, you might have some questions for him. You might be very assertive, even more so than the King of Wands. But he's okay with that. Woo! There you are. So he does feel like there was a death between you, the Scorpio, and him, but he is hoping that there could be a transformation, um, a second chance, a second chance. So, how does he feel about you? The Knight of Wands, which is like attraction still, Ace of Cups, he still has a lot of love for you. The Star, I'm hearing that not only being the one, but the one that got away due to himself, due to his own juggling attitude back then. He didn't know exactly what he wanted back then. He really didn't. He knew he wanted you, but he wanted you there. And he needed to go through what he's gone through and is going through to be an actual partner, that where if you guys got back together, that it wouldn't just fall to pieces after a while. Yeah, exactly. I think you guys needed the separation, um, to grow on your own. Or I really do think it would have not worked out. So it would have worked for a little while, but it wouldn't have worked out. You could have moved up there or down there, however it is. I don't know what the directions is. Um, and I think things would have gone okay, but then there would have been, I don't know, he needed to grow a little bit more maturely up there. Okay, up there. Um, Up there. Okay, so you're lower. He's higher. Got it. In Texas. Okay. Um, I just think that yeah, and he's recognizing that too. But he's also recognizing that he still is a little bit immature. I'm way down south. Oh, damn. Are you like close to the border? All right, that was the end of that card or that question. So what do you want your next question? You're 3 to 4 hours away. Oh, you're still 3 to 4 hours. That's still a long time. We hop on the freeway, we there in 20 minutes. I'm not very good with geography, Marissa. So I wonder, like, what part of Mexico would be underneath you? All right, so you have it in your head that if you see the profile picture change, that's when you're gonna like feel that at any minute, any day, he's gonna message you, reach out to you. That's a good analyzation. Okay, Marissa, what's your next question, my love? It's like heaven who took Chris. She's engaged off Facebook recently. Oh, she took it off? Sorry, it's like heaven who took off. She's engaged. She did. The fuck? Okay, and you were right. I kept thinking, what was the name we called her? It was the devil. It was just the devil, I think. I don't think it was anything else. Remember when you were like, was it the devil? I thought about it, and I think it was. Yeah. And then what did you call her again? The other day, what did you call her? It was funny. More like hell. You're so funny. Are you gonna want to do the fly on the wall again? I think we have like literally. Are you serious? All right. Your question. You're the leader. I'm like, what else can we figure out? Honestly, I honestly feel like if you ask that next time, then you know what I mean. It's giving you a week. But if we ask literally 3 days later, 4 days later, I'd be like grasping at straws to get information for 10 long minutes. I mean, you can ask, let's be a fly, but do it a little bit different. Like, I don't know. It's your reading, so let's try to do like 3 to 4 questions. Let's ask if her mom senses him pulling away from me. Ooh. All right. But we're going to do that as, yeah, the regular question. All right. All right. So, Jeremiah and Samantha, please come back into this reading. Let's refresh. We need to pull in the energy and how she feels about it. Okay. So, Marissa's second question is Emily. So, Emily and her mom. Let's bring them in. We're gonna ask E's mom. Does E's mom sense that Greg is pulling away from E? And how she feels about it. All right. So let's I'm gonna kind of close my eyes, try to center on this new energy. So I'm asking, oh, thank you. I got your text. Okay. I might be saying it wrong to my, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it out loud. So I'll just say D. And if I'm saying it wrong in my head, then I am. But they'll still know. Okay, that's how I was saying it. Okay, good. All right, so I'm gonna call her D, right? Like as I'm D and E. Okay, D and E. D, have you sensed Greg pulling away from your daughter? Have you sensed it from him? Have you sensed it from him, not from what he has told you, but from what you've maybe seen or I guess or heard? Okay. So we have timing. For the last 0 to 4 weeks, she has had she's been thinking about their relationship, okay? And look at this. So 2 cards come out together and another 2 cards come out together. So the first 2 cards are the Star to the 10 of Cups. So that's like when things were going great and she got engaged, they got engaged. They, you know, have been on trips together. They've spent her birthday dinner together. Like they've been around each other, right? So she's saying, up until recently, no. So up until recently, she did not feel that he was pulling away from her as far as the energy she got from Greg himself. Okay. But as of right now, the cards are the 3 of Swords to the Hermit. And I'm hearing her saying, how can you? She's frustrated, she's angry, but she hasn't yet confronted him. Okay. She has not confronted him yet because he is like in the middle, being like, if you say something, mom, it's going to make things worse. But so she's like, I'm trying to bite my tongue. Right. I'm trying to bite my tongue, trying not to get into the middle of their situation. Right. But she's like, how can it go from the happiest time in your life to like sensing that he kind of wants, he's kind of giving a vibe off like he just doesn't want to be, what is the word? He doesn't want to deal with anything. He doesn't want to be bothered. That was the right word. Oh, I agree. I agree. Um, she could tell he doesn't want to be bothered. She could tell that his energy isn't as outgoing. He's been a little bit more reserved, not as like, because she's showing me like in the past, if we were to see each other, whether it be at their house, our house, or out and about, he would always come over and put his arm around me and give me a like a, you know what I mean? Like always. And she's like, for the last few weeks, I've been seeing that, especially like around her birthday, right? At the dinner, like she's not saying much, not really getting in the conversations, not really participating. But she does notice that he's been kind of drinking more. Um, Not that he has a problem with it at all. But she's noticed that like just to like stand being there, he's drinking more than he normally would. Or he's in addition to beer or whatever, he's taking a shot. It's something that she's noticed. Now, if you were to ask like that same question based on what her daughters told her, that's totally different. This question is, does the mom sense him pulling away from her daughter? And how she feels about it. So let's see. We have 3 more minutes. Let's see. How do you feel? This one might go into an extended, if but we'll see. Okay, so how do you feel about this? How do you feel seeing Greg pulling away his energy, his happiness, and all this stuff that you said? How does it make you feel? Mama bear, protective. You know, she doesn't want to see her daughter get hurt. Also perplexed, not understanding why the energy has shifted, not understanding the shift in energy. Let me pull cards. Yeah. So she's like, you know, this is what their relationship was. Like, it was really good. I mean, that's what she's saying. Right now, it's not. We know that. The last several months is not. But he still went through with it. You know what I mean? So the Two of Cups is like, what happened? You know what I mean? She's definitely like, well, what happened? Um, what happened that he's acting like the hermit? You know, kind of literally just like this card, kind of keeping his head low, kind of staying out of conversations, not being as gentlemanlike and attentive, because she keeps saying he's not hugging me and like kissing me and being like, this is the mom talking, and I don't mean that in a weird way, just like you know, when you hug somebody. Um, Starting to see things changing and hoping with the Temperance card, like hoping that this is just a little bit of a, what would you call it? Like maybe he's going through something and maybe she shouldn't like cast her doubts yet. Um, you know, maybe there's something personal going on with him. Um, and then she's like, then the other side of her is like, ah, we ran out of time. Do you want to keep going? Because I think we should keep going on this one. One right there. Okay. So how do you feel about this change? Okay, let me put the time on. Hold on. Pause 1 second. Okay, let's start it. How do you feel about what you have just explained to us? Okay, wow, this card just came out. This is the traditional vows, all right? So she's very like aware that this is not good for marriage, right? Like, what the F? How did it go south so fast? I don't think that she's understanding that this goes back through like the end of last year, the good portion of last year. And now, like, I think she's thinking that this is brand new because they've always, her daughter is emotional and like she's known that forever, right? That's not something that's gonna just change. So even with her being emotional, she still thought that they were good. Does that make sense? But she's not like getting that. She thinks that this is new energy when really this goes way back, like 6 months. Um, so I think she's a little confused at the moment with that Two of Swords. Um, she feels like this is new energy. Really, he just more or less is starting to not give a fuck. I hate to say that, Marissa, but like that is what she's starting to see. And let's see, how do you feel about the fact that this could go left really, really quickly? D, right? It's true. Oh, God. Okay. The Four of Wands, the King of Wands, the Ten of Swords. So, in her mind, like she has thought about this, is is he gonna do something that's going to put an end to this relationship? I don't like saying the word marriage to them because I feel like it's almost like gravitating them towards each other. So I'm trying to just call it a relationship, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I'm trying to like act as if they're not married. Because I don't want to manifest them together. Okay, so she's starting to see that he has more, he's starting to get more assertive and but in a different way, not assertive because I see him more as like checked out, but in a way she sees that as being assertive because he's not being assertive as in saying I want a divorce or anything, but he's being assertive in his mind to be more kind of shaky ground, if I can explain that well. And so she's scared that he might up and end it, right? So I think how she feels is she wants to protect her daughter. Um, and she's very afraid of how this is going to affect her daughter. Um, she is like how kind of how you've always said, like shit happens. She understands that, but at the same time, she's very like, who wouldn't want to be in our family? Like, he's got to be crazy not to like want to be in this, like in our circle, in our group. Um, at the end of the day, she's gonna side with her daughter, um, and he'll be the enemy. Sorry. At the end, he'll be the enemy. She'll support her daughter, and I think The wheels are beginning to turn. Yeah. Perfect timing. Give me 1 second. Marissa, I need to text my mom real quick. Give me a quick break while you think of your next question. You could ask, what has, because that was a great question. Asking, just does DCG, backing away from E without any knowledge of what E has ran and told her. But I think a good question to piggyback off of this one would be to say, what has E told her about their relationship? But you can ask whatever you want. Love you. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Marissa, if you're here, will you please say I'm here? Hey. Okay, what do you want your next question to be? Let's try to do 4. Let's try to do 4. Oh, I didn't know if you're going to text me or write it on here. Texting me, okay. All right, Jeremiah and Samantha, please come back in. Let's refresh. You're doing great, giving me a lot of audio, a lot of visions, and very, very connected to everyone. Okay. So your next question is, okay, so we're gonna ask, has he told anyone about wanting to divorce her, like his best friend L, a friend at work, or even his brother? Okay. And then because it's 10 minutes, do you want, it's probably going to be a yes all for one of them at least. And then the rest of what you want to know is like, what did they say? Or, yeah, like what was their response? Is that what you're wanting to know? Or do you want to know it from his point of view? Like, did he bring it up? Yes or no? We'll find out who. And then what was discussed. Okay. His point of view. Got it. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to start. Okay. The question before I start is yes or no? Has Greg told anybody about wanting to delete delete E, like his best friend L, somebody at work, a friend at work, or even his brother? All right. So let's see. Start 10 minutes. All right. So who am I feeling first? Who am I feeling first? I feel a very big disconnect with his brother. Very not often do they associate. Do I think that he could maybe have? No, no. Let me see if I'm right. He's not close to his brother. He's the opposite. Oh, okay. So has Greg told his brother? Yeah. Okay, so that was my psychic gut, and I'm just using the pendulum. I absolutely feel his best friend L. That's coming through strongly. That yes, that they've had another recent conversation. Is that true? L? God, I'm right on everything. No, I'm kidding. So L, let's see if there's anybody else, such as a coworker, anybody that he considers a friend other than L. That's a no. So now we know that it's L. I believe that we talked about this at one point, that he had mentioned something about like the relationship. I feel like there has been an updated conversation. So let's see from, you want to know from G's point of view. Okay. So from Greg's point of view, what consisted in that conversation in the updated. Okay, so Greg's like, basically the first time I brought it up to him, as like a, hey, we're not just chatting, we're not just talking about the game or this or that. He's talking about two very strong conversations where it's like, okay, we got to be a little bit vulnerable here. So he's saying like, yeah, of course, in the interim, sure, it's been brought up, but we haven't like really had a conversation about the who, what, where, when, why. You know what I mean? So let's see what this conversation most recently consisted of. Greg, from your point of view, explain the conversation with L, your best friend, about wanting to. I said delete E. That's hilarious. Delete her. That's mean, man. That's mean, Crystal. All right. Okay. All right. So he is going to L to say, am I crazy? Am I crazy? Should I be doing this? It's gonna wreak havoc in my household and outside, right? With her family. It's going to be complete chaos, tragedy, like, ay, right? So he's trying to get L's L seeing them outside, looking in the bubble and wanting to know his advice. Okay. And this is how it starts. He's like, should I hold on to this relationship? Or should I, with the Two of Wands? The Two of Wands is, it's a decision maker, right? It is either I decide to stay right here where I am, or I take a foot and I walk over that barrier and I go another path. All right. Um, Look at this. What did I just say? And then it's gonna say it again. So the Four of Wands is the marriage, the household. The Judgment is making that decision to walk away. That's what the Two of Wands is. The Magician to the Strength card is that he is so scared of having this conversation and the havoc it's going to release in that house. Okay. So he's asking basically, is it my fault that I did this, that I went through with it, and that I just have to like be a man and just stay in it? Or do you think that I should do what I think is best for me? And how should I do it? Like he really needed help from his best friend on how do I gauge this? How do I gauge her reaction? How do I gauge how to spin it. Not spin it, but like explain it. Elle has been married and divorced. Oh, perfect. Okay. So he really wants to know, like, yeah, like, what did you go through? Was it complete hell? Like, should I or shouldn't I? And like, yes, asking Larry or L, sorry, his opinion. Oh, good. Andrew, I love you. And he's older, he's in his mid 30s. That's where I'm trying to say he needs a little bit more growth in maturity as far as relationships. I know he's had at least three, the ex, you, and this one, but yeah, he needs a little bit. But I think that when he talks to you and you guys get together, you are you're a lot more mature than him, and you're gonna be able to like level him up. Okay. But basically, L just said you need a support system. You need to not be an asshole about it. You need to think about the fact that, yes, you're making the right decision for yourself, but it's going to hurt a lot of people. That's just the name of the game, right? When we combine families and then we leave, get divorces, that it's going to be Splitsville and they're going to gang up on you. You need a support system. So you need to learn how to trust your mom right now and even your brother. Even though they're not close, he needs the support, especially in that household. All right. And that I do think, yeah, see, he, so L told Greg that once you say this, once you put it out there and you put the energy out there, you cannot be like, oh wait, never mind, I take it back, let's stay together. Like, so don't say it until you're 1000% ready to start making a lot of changes. All right. Um, because he's gonna be on the defense. You know what I mean? He he but L is saying at the moment she is your wife. You need to not cut her at the knees. Don't you know what I mean? Like you need to be very aware of her feelings. And not that he has to change his mind, but he has to go at this in a very compassionate way. And we have 20 seconds left. So that was it. The last card on the bottom of the deck was the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is going in there and no matter what happens, keeping what he went in there to say, stay with it. Don't chicken out. Don't back off. Don't get scared. Go in there and just do it. All right. Let me text Andrew. Okay, tell me what your next question is. But I do feel that Larry is on his side fully. And just like you said, he's been married and divorced, so he knows. And I think Greg is smart enough that like that's who you should go to for advice, right? And they are saying something about it must be very uncomfortable in that house because everybody's either faking their their feelings, um, very tense, unless they're all faking it. You know what I mean? Like unless they're all smiling and like, oh, everything's great. Um, but I don't see that. I don't see the faking of the energy. I did with Greg. I did with the fake, like with the pictures you've sent me. Are you on here still, Marissa? Don't tell me I'm talking to myself. Okay. Um, 1 second. I sent. Oh yeah, yeah, and I'm doing another question for Marissa, and then another question for Andrew. But I'll text you after that. I don't know what to ask for my first. Okay, let's come up with this. Let's come up with one good one. All right, let's come up with a good one together. Okay, if I were you, what would I want to know? You know what? Okay, sounds good. Love you too, Shell. I still have to make dinner. I'm starving. Um, I think we should like ask one more question that's more geared towards you. You know what I mean? Like if I was gonna ask questions, I think all of these questions were good, but I think we need to ask one that's gonna make you feel good. You know what I mean? Instead of just knowing, yeah, they're gonna get a divorce, this, and that. Like I'd kind of wanna like feel good. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I would want to make it about me. Like maybe I don't know, maybe what does the first year look like for us if we get back together? Like if he doesn't pansy out of this, if everything goes according to plan, like what does our first year look like together? I don't know. I would want like a little bit of a not fantasy land, but like looking into the future prediction. Let me tell Andrew. Andrew, are you here? Marissa has one more question. I'm starting now. You will be next. If you want to send in your payment and text me your question, please. Thank you. Okay. You know what I mean? Like let's like feel girly and like ooh, that looks like something that I can take with me instead of all of them. You know what I mean? Okay, perfect. So let's start. So Jeremiah and Samantha, the question is going to be if, because I would like to say when and if, I don't know how to say this. Let's just say everything goes according to plan, and Marissa, and because I know Marissa for sure is going to get back in contact with him. And then he's going to come down. They're going to spend that weekend together. And then, he's going to go through with his divorce. So, like, once they, like, spend that weekend together and, like, I feel like they're going to be like, okay, I'm so sad. I don't want to leave. You know what I mean? Like, but I have to leave, go back to work. Like, what's going to happen from then on? Exactly. Exactly. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's see. All right, so show me, what does the first year like? I don't see you guys having kids and doing that kind of stuff that early, because from the time you file, if it's just a cut and dry, easy divorce, that's 6 months. Um, Actually, I don't know what it is where you guys live in your state. In my state, from the time you file, if there's no kids involved, no house involved, and you both sign, then it takes 6 months. That's an easy, breezy divorce. This one, really, 3 months? That's awesome. That is awesome. So, including like however long it takes, because I do feel that you guys are going to be seeing each other while he is going through this. Okay, I filed on my own, but it's different states, of course. All right, here we go. So show me, I'm going to close my eyes so I could get a better connection psychically. Wow, yeah. So Spirit just said, damn, Marissa must love this guy. Marissa must really, really want to be with this person, because the first few months are gonna be not great, okay? Because of what he's going through. I am gonna focus on what is gonna happen just with you and him, but because these cards came out, I have to read them. So we have the Devil, the Tower, to the Five of Pentacles. So that means while you guys, you know, are talking, he comes down for the weekend. Um, Everything goes fantastic. He leaves. You go home, obviously. You guys keep in touch. I'm seeing it very consistently, if not on the daily, communicating. Um, but I see you guys connecting, obviously earlier than them finalizing anything. Okay, exactly. So you're going to be there for the rough things, for this breakup, for this him walking away. All right. But you're going to be there so that all of this energy we could just set aside. So let's focus just on you guys, no matter what's happening uh, in that context. Let's just see what goes on with you guys. Let's say 6 months to a year. All right. Okay. So obviously, the moon, what I'm hearing is it's while he's doing all of that, it's not that you're gonna be like a secret to him, but I think you're gonna have to be like that song, Secret Lovers. Um, that you're not gonna like post it. You're not gonna post shit. Because he doesn't want anything, bad to come out. Adultery, that kind of thing. All right. Um, Not that that should matter because they don't have kids. Uh, but I am seeing, yeah, that you guys though will have a clear cut communication as to like why you guys should kind of be on the down low, okay? Until she is gone, the X card, the Six of Cups, and the Justice, the finalization. Then you guys are going to start to proceed your relationship full Monty girl. Like it's gonna be like pedal to the metal and surpassing your relationship like when you guys were together. It's gonna go so much faster than that. Uh there's gonna be a lot of contact. There's gonna be a lot of weekends, or a whatever you could take off, he could take off to see each other. There's going to be a lot of contact. Um, do I see the holidays together? What did I just say? Like, do I see the holidays together? Celebration. Okay, celebration. This is also my reconciliation card and my this could be a celebratory card, reconciliation and reconnection. There's going to be love, ace of Ace of Cups. What did I just say? The Wheel of Fortune, traveling back and forth to spend time together so that you guys don't have a lot of gaps apart. What you're really going to be doing from day one when he reaches out, Marissa, and I say when because he will, not an if, you're going to spend the first few months, um, 3 hours. Yeah, it's nothing. You're gonna spend the first few months, dealing with his shit, but you are going to be seeing each other, just like I said. The first year, you're just gonna want to like get back into the dating part of it. You're not gonna fast forward quickly into like getting engaged, getting married, or having kids. No way. It's gonna be like, let's just like indulge in like spending time together, telling each other we love each other, going to places together, traveling to see each other, traveling, doing road trips. That's going to be from the day he texts you for about a year. But do I think that by the holidays, you guys will be spending them together? Yes, I do. And I told you that because they're reminding me that by your birthday, they're telling me this. By your birthday, you guys are going to be like boyfriend, girlfriend, like super serious. And then next year is going to be where you guys probably move in together. You start talking about, how should I move down towards you because you have this job, or we find out that he has a job that he can't leave, or maybe you guys are both gonna, change locations of what you do. I don't know, but right now I'm just looking into the first year, and it's going to be about compatibility, building a foundation again that is strong enough to not weasel out, or fizzle out. We'd have to meet in the middle when moving. I agree. I agree. But if he has a job that he could do anywhere, I think whoever's been at their employment longer, which is you, I know it is, should get to stay if you want to. And like maybe he moves down to you, you know what I mean? But if you would be willing to meet in the middle. Exactly. Exactly. So I'm trying to like, without telling you what to do, I would like to see that he would have your parents and your brother and you and your friends, um, and you would have your job. He would have a better support system. I really think that he would move down to you. All right, that was the end of our questions. I'm going to take a 2 minute break, 3 minute break, and then I'm going to do Andrew's question, but they don't have his job in my area. Oh no, what is his job again? Text me what his job is. Thank you. And then Andrew, you're up next. 3 minutes, buddy. Just kidding. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, Real, are you here? Please put yes. Oh no, my phone. Good night. Yes, calling it a night. Got it, girl. Andrew. Okay, thank you. All right, just send me your question. Just one question, you said? Say you're here, honey. Real. Say I'm here. Hey guys. Get in your questions soon. I swear to God, you crazy person. You ask me the funniest questions. All right, I haven't even finished reading it, but okay, I'm not gonna say this one out loud. Okay, send the payment and then I'll start. Okay, I'm gonna read the rest of this. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Okay. Lord. I got it. Thank you. Okay. All right. So Jeremiah and Samantha, thank you for Marissa's questions. I appreciate all the answers. We're gonna do Real's question. I'm gonna say it to myself, but I'm going to answer freely. Let's say that. So I'm gonna read it to myself real quick. But you're saying like not in front of her, just thinking about her. Correct? Okay, got it. Perfect. Got it. I get it. Okay, sounds good. Let me start the time. Okay. Does she know this? You gotta text me this weekend. Let me know what's going on with your relationship. All right, let's see. No, she does not. I would never tell her. Okay, got it. This is like a personal thing. Got it. But I'm saying, like, are you guys still just friends, or did you said that you guys were good? Just, I just mean as your friend. I agree with what you're saying. All right. Why did you have to? All right. Why did you have to? Why did you have to? So I'm closing my eyes just so you know. You are? You didn't freaking tell me that. You said that you guys were not together. And then I asked you, like, hey, like, what happened? And then you were like, we're good. And that's all you said. We're good. Like, I didn't know what that meant. I'm so happy for you. All right. Let me get your question. I'm going to close my eyes now. Let me see what Spirit says. So if you're consistent in doing this, approximately 5 times a week, right? We're going to call it work, right? You work 5 days a week. Let's just say that. So you're wondering why you just really wanted to work a 24-hour shift today. That's the way I'm going to say it. You were just a superstar today, right? Like there was your card. Wow. I just saw your card, the Chariot, to the Knight of Wands, which is intimate shit. And then to the Knight of Swords, which was a champion, right? You just kept going for it, going for it, going for it, and going for it. But what I'm feeling from your energy is you felt like you needed to, it was like a need instead of like 5 days of work. I could go to work 5 days a week, right? One shift a day, right? Last time I've done something like this was in high school. So hear me out. You can do one shift a day, 5 days a week, let's just say. That's about the consistency. And today, the energy I'm feeling is, why did I need, like, why did I yearn to do a 24-hour shift instead of my normal shifts? All right. So when I see that and I see those cards, the cards are actually coming out. So the Knight of Wands, that's definitely hitting it on the head, right? Oh my God, that's what she would say. All right. So the cards that I keep saying I saw, the Chariot, are coming out. Is that not crazy? So there's you. And that's, so the Chariot is chugga chugga choo choo, needing to like keep going, right? And the Ace of Cups, you enjoyed it every single time, but it feels like there was a bigger need that like you couldn't help yourself, honestly. So the answer is, or the question is, why? Have you not seen her in a while? Because I have the Six of Swords, which could be representing that this has been a long time since it's happened, since high school. But I also have the Devil. And the Devil doesn't mean 2 weeks. Is that, I feel like there's this connection, this desire. Yeah, and that you haven't seen her in 2 weeks, that there's like, this is, but I don't feel it's only about that. I just really feel like it's hormones. I feel that it was, you were able to release. I can't believe I'm answering this question. Um, the she was at Disney. Okay, so we have the Devil. The Devil is not bad, right? But that, I feel like you were looking at her pictures or something in that nature, that, but I feel that you just kept feeling like, I can't stop. And there's not really a good answer, honestly. I feel like, yep, here's the Hermit. You were alone. She was at Disney. Haven't seen her in 2 weeks. Um, and because, yeah, I keep seeing like pictures, videos, something that you're looking at um to help. Like, wow, look at the card. I said these three cards and they're all out now. So the Knight of Swords tells me you just kept going and going and going, and you didn't need hours and hours in between. You were just able to establish one and keep going, right? Like, the feeling was so amazing that you weren't satisfied with just one. There's something about like you weren't satisfied with just one. So it's like there's not a great answer. It's just your body, your mind, your heart, your soul are all being like, what do I want to call it? Like variables, hormones, needs, distance, and they all are floating around in it. I feel like if you would have stopped it just once, you wouldn't have felt. You would have thought about it. You would have felt, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this. You would have felt a need when it happened. I'm like, does the girl have me under a spell? Right. You like kept feeling the need to keep doing it. And the moon is here. It's like there's no good like secret, yeah, well maybe a spell or something, right? That like even when she's not around, it's almost like I don't know. I don't know what to add to that. I have another minute. Let's pull. I think it's as easy as that. It's like you weren't you were satisfied, you felt fantastic, and then a little bit of time would go by and you're like, oh God, I have this impulse again and again and again and again. And that's not like you, but for some reason it was like you couldn't stop. You just couldn't stop. Um, but they're saying now you need to um you need to chill. You need to give yourself like a day of not doing this. You need a day of rest. A day of rest. Let's see. 46 seconds. Let's see. Yeah, see? The temperance, you need to heal. I said myself the same thing. You need to relax because each time it was great, but then you just like, trust me, I know as a woman, the, you know, this, what you're saying, and for me, obviously, it's different, but it's the same need. And it's almost like you get it and it's so great that like you can't stop feeling it there and you keep needing to use this hand, if that makes sense. All right, that was the end. You always make me do these questions. Okay, bro, not bro, my friend. Have a good night. Thanks for coming on here. I guess you were very busy today, but you need to just relax. That last card is like just I just keep getting this image of like you're just you weren't able to stop going back for more. Like this sensation. Okay. Love you, dude. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. You're welcome.